Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. Hey guys, today I am going to be talking about the 3 questions you should be asking in your design business every single day. So this one is an interesting one. I was thinking about what are the questions I ask myself when I have a long list, and I have a very long list of things to do today that kind of weigh on my mind. And when I start prioritizing them, what are the questions I am asking myself that allow me to make decisions in my business, okay? Now, maybe you are a new designer. Maybe you're a maker who is thinking about becoming a designer. Maybe you own a business that's not even related to design. But if you're here, it's because you want to know the 3 questions that you can ask yourself every day that will make you make some decisions about why you do the things you do and what you should get rid of, which is really, really hard, right? As especially most of us are solopreneurs, we're the only ones in our business, or maybe we have a couple of other people helping my business. For me, I have just a few people helping me in my business. And so the majority of the work is on yourself, right? You're trying to figure it out as you are doing it. And sometimes the list gets so long and the list of things I want to do is so long that I get really frustrated. So here are the questions I ask, and then we're going to talk about some scenarios to tell you whether they will tell us what to do next in our business, okay? So the first one is, does this make money? Okay, this seems like an obvious one, but do you know how often, especially designers and artists and makers, we never ask ourselves the question, does this make money? Okay. The second thing is, does this free up more time in the future? So even if it's a lot of work right now, will it free up more time eventually? Okay. And then the third thing is, does this give me an edge? Okay. Now we're going to talk about all 3 of these because I know I think some of them are kind of obvious, but we don't ask ourselves enough whether these are things that make sense, like the thing I'm about to do, if it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so scenario number 1. Okay, and these are all scenarios I have done. Okay, as a freelancer, and I still do some freelance work, but on top of my actual business, part of the business has a section that is freelance. And I signed a contract to do freelance for a smaller chain store that was throughout the Western region, okay, with about 30 stores. And they wanted to do a branded Carina Gardner dishware line. That's kind of where I started with them, okay? So you have to ask your questions. Does this make money? The answer was yes. This was going to make a lot of money for me. So I was like, this is a really good opportunity to make money. So I'm going to do it, okay? And then you ask yourself the next question. Does this free up more time in the future? The answer was no, okay? It wasn't going to free up more time in the future because I was going to design it. They were going to produce the product, and then they were going to take that product, put it in stores, and I would get a paycheck from it. I was never going to get any residual income from it, okay? And then the third question was, does it give me an edge? And the answer was a big fat yes. It was going to give me design experience, learning how to work with some manufacturers in China I had never worked with before. It was giving me some marketing and branding that I could not get on my own by having a physical product out there. And it helped me build a relationship with that brand so that I could do further contracts with them, okay? So in this case, 2 out of the 3 questions were answered at a yes. So did I take the contract? Yes, I did. Now, is there ever an instance where one of those questions are answered and you do it and it's fine? The answer is yes. If right now one of your main goals in your design business is financial, okay, like you need to make money doing what you do, then even if something doesn't free up time in the future and maybe something doesn't give you an edge, but it makes you a lot of money, so maybe like white labeling something, like what if you did products that you white labeled or something and so you didn't have your brand on it, that's okay. That is okay, because if even one of the 3 questions are answered and it can help you propel your design business, then it's okay. Now, if you are maybe weighing things against each other, so say I was thinking about doing a white labeling type thing, I was going to do something without my brand on it or my name on it, and it was going to make a lot of money, versus maybe something with my brand that had my name on it and was going to make maybe a little bit less money, that's when you have to start kind of deciding, okay, which am I going to do? Or do I have time for both? Okay, you might have time for both, who knows? But that's how I decide on that. Okay, let's do another case scenario. All right, so you guys know I do a lot of digital products. In fact, that is one of the key components of my Design Suite program. I really believe in digital products more than just about anything, okay? So say I make an SVG file. That is for me, it's a silhouette file. It's a cutting file, and I've designed it, and I made it, and that day, those are the things I need to make, okay? So will this make money? Does it make money? The answer is yes, okay? Doesn't make that much money, right? Because it's just a single file, so it's not making that much money, but it's gonna make a little bit of money, okay? Number 2, will it save me time in the future? Will it give me time in the future? The answer is yes, again, maybe not a gazillion, tons of time, but it's going to save me some amount of time because it's a digital product, so it's going to continue to make me money as I move forward, right? Because I don't have to touch it again, I don't have to fix it up again, it just is what it is, and it lives on the internet and makes me residual income, okay? So it's solved 2 of the 3. The third one is, will it give me an edge? I don't know if it will or not. Maybe if it's something fantastic. Maybe if it's one of my ultimate projects, like my gingerbread house, which if you're on YouTube, you can see behind me. Maybe it's something crazy like that. That might give me an edge. Maybe it's just a flat file with a quote, okay? Probably not going to give me an edge, okay? But if I was asking myself those questions, I think I very easily could say, yes, it's worth my time to make this SVG file, right? Because it's going to make me a little bit of money, and it's going to give me a little time in the future, okay? Now, if you haven't been through my design boot camp, I talk a lot about digital products and strategies for using digital products. So if you're a little confused about how it's going to save you time in the future, maybe you should go check out one of my design boot camps. But it will. Eventually, it will, especially if you're putting it in the right places, the right time, and moving forward with it, okay? Okay, so do you see how these 3 questions can really help you? Okay, I'm gonna put forth another scenario. This is actually something that happened 3 or 4 years ago to me. Well, okay, let's talk about this first, okay? If you are a maker wanting to become a designer, what is one thing that will give you an edge? Learning the software, right? If you knew how to use your software, whether you're learning how to use your digital die cutting software really well, or maybe you're learning how to use the design software really well, that can change your future, right? Well, so for some of us who have been designers for a long time, we think we just know it all, right? We're just we're done. We're not learning software anymore, okay? Until they do an update and you're forced to listen and learn and figure things out again, or they've hidden your tools. Oh gosh, you guys, Adobe is always hiding my tools. But what I'm going to say this to even designers who are working now is that we are always still looking for an edge. We should be anyway. A few years back, I noticed that fonts were getting really big. I mean, they were getting big already, but in the shops I was already in where I make a lot of my income, I noticed they were getting big. And here's the crazy thing, you guys, I taught typography at the University of Minnesota. That was my main squeeze. I taught typography, so I love type, but I didn't know any of the softwares. And I could feel myself just dragging my feet to have to learn font software, okay? I finally did, and I even teach one of the courses in my Design Suite program is a dingbat course. It's not a full font course, it's a dingbat course. And it was I figured out, I sat down, I cleared out my schedule for a week, and I just learned the software, okay? Now, when I was doing that, I had to ask myself a question. Will this make money? No. Right now, it is not making any money, okay? To sit and learn the software for 5 days is not going to make me money right now, okay? Would it make me money in the future? Possibly, but I didn't ask that question. I was like, is this worth my time because I'm making money right now? No, it was not. Number 2, okay, will this save me time in the future? I wasn't sure that it really was, okay? So like, I'm already 2 strikes out, like for learning a new software. The third one was, will this give me an edge? And the answer was a resounding yes. I knew this software was going to give me an edge because suddenly now I wasn't just designing in my Adobe products. I was now going to be able to design in a font software. And I knew that that would give me an edge, okay? Do you guys see how you can use this? How you can use this to daily check on the activities you have. I have a list a mile long of things I needed to do today, okay? And when I look at that list, there are things on there that I don't want to do. One of them is right now we're in the middle of training. I'm training a new hire, okay? It is not fun. I do not enjoy it. But it answers question number 2 so well, which is, will this save me time in the future? And the answer is a resounding yes. It will save me time because if I have someone else doing a few of these activities that I don't like doing or I don't have time for, uploading to YouTube, setting up my WordPress site for me, setting up this, that, and the other, doing all this data entry stuff, it will save me time in the future, okay? So pay attention to your daily activities. Ask yourself these questions and you'll know whether they need to stay on your to-do list or you just got to get rid of them, right? Like if it's not going to give you an edge, you got to get rid of it. If it's not going to make you money, get rid of it. If it's not going to save you time in the future, get rid of it, okay? So I hope you use these 3. I love these 3 questions and they've really helped me shape and define my design career. I hope you guys are like just designing and making away because you guys know I love that. And I will see you guys soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.